and welcome to this episode of Talking About Rock. I'm Rob Edwards from Buffalo, New York. Today we have with us an awesome Southern rock band from Greensboro, North Carolina. They released their debut album, Clichés Contraband, in 2021, which is available on all the streaming platforms. We have all the guys here with us today. We have Dan, Curly, Brandon, and Joshua from Shakey Deville. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Great.
Excellent. We really appreciate you guys taking the time being on the show. Awesome.
We appreciate the invite.
We got you all in different locations going on. So I guess we want to start off with Curly and Brandon. Maybe you guys can tell us a little bit about how the band came about. How did this start going? Did you guys, knew you were going to do originals, or did it start from covers, or what? How did it come about?
Well, we definitely knew we was going to start with originals, but as far as how it came about, I've seen Curly on the scene in his other band Zestra back in the day, but I've been wanting to start a band with him for a while, and then just one day out of the blue, he hit me up. It was like, "Hey man, you want to jam a little bit?" And then just kind of went from there. And let you down.
For sure, yeah. I used to be in Zestra and shit, and we do a lot of shows with his band that he was in. But after Zestra was over, I moved out to California for a while, and then when I came back, I was playing with Prowess, but then the whole COVID thing hit. So that's when I was like, I was bored sitting around. So I was like, "Hey man, you want to jam?" And after we jammed, it sounded fucking killer. I was like, "Dude, we can do some shit with this." So I started looking for the other people and shit. And then that's when I went to a party at fucking Dan's house. And I had asked him if he wanted to, join the band and shit. And I showed him Shots Fired, just the instrumental. And he dug it. And then the other guitar player for Prowess, Scott Roby, he actually told me to hit up Josh. So Josh was really the only other bass player we tried out.
So you guys were lucky. You were able to find the people you wanted fairly quickly and start putting things together, and it gelled for you right away, huh?
For
Absolutely.
sure. It's cool too because I didn't want to have to deal with a bunch of lineup changes or dealing with a bunch of different players and stuff.
That's
so it's really cool that
awesome.
with first shot got everybody we needed.
Right. That's usually the hardest thing from bands, right? You got to find the right guys that fit right, have the same line of thought. They're dedicated to what they want to do, and they can hang out with you too and chat, and just you get a good vibe from everybody.
For sure.
That's the big thing for me. There is people like, can you gel with them musically, but also like outside of all the extra shit you have to do musically, can you handle that part of it too? You don't want to be around a bunch of guys you don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've had some clashes, but the cool thing is we always stay cool.
Yeah.
Right. You guys say you always stay shaky, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Always.
That kind of shit's bound to happen. You're with the same people, for days on end, kind of thing. Crammed in a band. That kind of thing's gonna happen as long as you can, come back together at the end of it.
So you started it in the summer of 2020, not like the optimum time to start the band, right? But I guess it worked out well for you, and were you able to jam together, or did you do things separately, or?
Yeah, because it was the summer, but like I said, it was the whole COVID thing, so everything was shut down, nothing was open. So my whole thinking was, we can get a full band together, get some songs, get a whole set together, and come out the gate swinging once shit starts opening up. People are going to be like, "Where the fuck did these guys come from?"
Right. You just wanted to hit them when they didn't know it at all, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's so cool. I really like the tracks for sure. It's definitely some great stuff. We're gonna play the video for Shots Fired here in a little bit, but maybe you can tell us a little about that. You said it was like an instrumental at first, or that's just how it was rough when it came out, or?
I think the first song that me and him had jammed together just to kind of see if we would mix together was "The River" by Badlands. And it sounded like we didn't even have to practice it much. It just kind of fell in place, and we was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. And then I had the riff, the riff for Shots Fired, and I had showed it to him, and I was like, "Man, I can't come up with nothing else. This is all I got." And I showed him the riff, and we started playing on acoustics, and that's when we ended up coming with the verses and the choruses and all that shit. So that's how that song came together. And by the time, I got with Dan, we had the whole arrangement worked out.
So Dan, did you come up with any lyrics for any of the tracks that are out, or did the guys pretty much have that worked out?
No, yeah. So I wrote, we write together. So it's kind of a collective thing. Shots Fired is I didn't write anything on that.
That's about the only one.
Yeah.
Move on over. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Move on over. I wrote not much on that. Really nothing.
Alley cat.
Nothing on. Place your bets, fly so high. I'm trying to think. Too fast. I wrote like part of a verse on that.
Place your bets.
Which
I'm
one?
sorry, Dad.
We
Oh,
wrote
right.
place your
Yeah,
bets over the phone and shit though, you know. It was
Oh yeah.
I was at the casino, and he sent me a riff that he was playing. I was like, man, that sounds like the casino outside. And then we just kind of like threw it together over the phone. And then next practice we had it.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, writing that one was a fun.
Cool. And how was it for you, Joshua, when you first got with these guys and you first started jamming? Did it click for you right away too? It seems like most of it did.
You better say yeah.
I don't think we have any audio here
We're
from
in a safe space.
I can't hear you, Josh.
Oh, you're muted, dude.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, you're muted. You're muted, dude. You're talking to the mute button.
Touch the top of the screen real quick, and then it'll say mute. Yeah, touch the top of it, and it'll say mute, and then just click that, and you'll be able to, little microphone symbol.
There you go. There you go. I think we can hear you now. So I don't know if you remember the question there. I was just wondering if you kind of gelled right away with the guys and you were like, yeah, this is definitely fitting good for me.
Yeah, like the first song that was sent to me was Shots Fired, and then Move On Over. And I mean, I was in love immediately. And it's been a real blessing to be a part of this.
One thing I remember about when Josh started is whenever he played with us for the first time, I was like, man, it was like he was never even not here.
Sure.
So it's just a great fit all the way around. You guys sounded like you lucked out. You got the right folks to move ahead right away.
That's got fucking Josh coming in, you know, is this like, you know, he knew his shit. Like I sent him the songs and shit, and he came in and he actually knew it, you know. I didn't have to reteach him anything or anything like that.
Yeah, I've come to find, because I was in bands years ago, I've come to find bass players are like the hardest guys to find. I don't know if you guys agree with that or you have different thoughts, but just to find the right one that fits right and that, you know, just fits in. It's the bass player always seemed to be hard to find for acts I've seen.
Hell yeah. That's why, you know, when you find one, you stick with that motherfucker.
Right. Awesome. So let's take a quick pause here. We're going to play a video for Shots Fired from Shakey Deville on Talking About Rock.
Come for me, I'm ready to play. I'm not alone.
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock with the guys from Shakey Deville. Just checked out the video for Shots Fired. Guys, great. I when I'm hearing this, it's maybe I'm wrong, but I'm hearing like 38 Special meets like Leonard Skinner, meets like, I'm not sure who else, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking it.
When I first saw Curly, I thought Phil Lynott. I was like, this dude looks like fucking.
Yeah. Definitely. But I love the sound, and are you guys getting the reception from the crowds? How is this going playing the originals?
They always dig them, The one dude
our last show,
at our very first show, dude. At our very first show, we did like this little interview thing or whatever with these guys that's got a group called the Rooster or something. They got like a podcast or a radio thing or something like that. But the dude said, he's like, you guys don't have a bad song. Like that's exactly what he said at our first show, and that shit blew my mind.
Yeah, I really like it. Is that your influence and that's your styles from that type of music? Would you say like 38 Special, Leonard Skinner, some more Southern rock type of thing?
That's my influence.
I think each one of us has our own little different influences that adds a little specific flavor to our instrument or whatever.
I could be wrong, but I would say Dan is more of the 38 Special Skinner kind of guy.
What do you say, Dan? Yeah, you're the 38 Special.
Blackfoot, Molly Hatchet, that kind of stuff. That's and I like really all of it. Like any kind of really rock and roll. And I'm a country guy too. Like that's really what I started on. But rock and roll is just way more fun to play.
Yeah,
and
I like that stuff too. Like I like those bands, of course, too.
Yeah.
But, like they wouldn't necessarily be on the top of my list. They'd be like very close second though. I like the more rock and stuff like Aerosmith and fucking Zeppelin. You know what I mean?
I think Dan's influence with the Skinner and whatnot in the country, I think that gives us a really unique sound. I think it's crucial to what we do,
Yeah, they definitely gives a lot of swagger to the sound and presence, definitely during the performances. What would you say, Joshua? What would you say are your influences, man?
Well, I mean, I like rock and I like metal, but I'm big into like a reggae and a Cali surf rock.
Hell yeah.
So everything a little bit different. You guys got a little bit different influences going on. That's really cool.
I was telling telling somebody the other day, I think it was Brandon, but fucking I was like, I wouldn't consider us Southern rock, but then I was like, I guess it's Dan's voice that makes people think Southern rock, which is not a bad thing at all.
The hat too, probably.
The hat too, yeah.
A little bit,
So I got to ask, and I'm not sure who to direct this question to. Maybe you guys can help me out. So the name Shakey Deville, how'd that come about? Kind of a cool name. I'm really liking that.
The curly one right there.
Yeah, that was all him. We actually had a toss up between several different names that we all just kind of voted on, and that was the consensus.
I don't know if you could see that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, me and my cousin were talking. We were hotboxing or whatever, but we were talking and we started talking about, if we were a car, what kind of car, we would be, you know what I mean? And he said like, I don't remember what he said, honestly, some shit that's not important. But I was like, I'd be like, a Cadillac, fucking DeVille. But if I were, I'd be all busted up, rusted, parts falling off and shit, flat wheels, all fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shakey Deville, popped into my head.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool name you guys came up with. I really like that.
But we tossed around a few names before settling on that one.
So when you put together the music for Clichés and Contraband, did you do that yourselves in a home studio recording environment, or how did that come about?
All at practice, for the most part.
We like, what do you mean?
Demos. Jamie King handled all the other stuff. Is that what you mean? Who we recorded it with?
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not sure who to direct it to, but yeah. So yeah, who did you record with? Did you get? I'm sure you demoed it all first, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you went in and recorded it.
Yeah, we recorded it with Jamie King in Winston-Salem. He did a killer job too, by the way.
Really killer job. Highly recommend him.
He was patient, you know, he worked with us, and I feel like he like captured our sound really good.
We did it in what, like less than a week altogether in the time we had to do it.
It was tough scheduling some time with him though because of COVID. You know, this dude was booked forever.
Yeah.
Right, because that was the thing where like a lot of acts that were just getting their music together and getting all their projects ready to come out in the next year or so, or stuff was pushed back. You know, I know I've spoke to producers like in Nashville, and he was like booked up with all kinds of stuff going on. People, you know, trying to figure out stuff, and they would be sending him tracks, you know, and he would just put together the tracks. You know, they'd be, you know, through MP3s or whatever, they'd be sending them and stuff and put different projects together because they couldn't come into the studio itself.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was pretty fun. You know, it was, for the most part, it was, you know, stress free.
So
and Curly, like a lot of these ones, Curly will take, you know, we'll do demos of it, and then he'll mix that stuff together on, you know, some app or something, and he'll be like, all right, here's, you know, whatever, and then we'll be like, all right, maybe we need to take this and, you know, move a couple things. That way when we're in the studio, like maximizing our time there, you know, and not trying to like rewrite things.
I think for Move On Over, we actually added a part the day before, or changed the part the day before the studio, and so, but it was cool.
Yeah, it's like you don't realize how much goes into recording a legit song until, you know, you have to do it. Like, I don't know if you can barely hear them on the songs that are on the EP, but like doing things like the tambourine and claps and fucking shakers and all that shit, like it never occurred to me like how hard that shit actually is. You know, I'm sitting there trying to do the tambourine and I'm like, God damn it.
yeah,
Let me
that's
tell you
what's
how ridiculous it is to have 4 grown men in a studio booth clapping their hands together.
Right?
On
It's fucking crazy.
On shots.
But if you're the listener, you can absolutely tell if it's not there.
Shots fired at the very beginning of it. That click that you hear, that's actually me and Dan. We was racking our guns into the microphone.
nice. That's cool. And it's always good to have a good producer in there. It can kind of give you a little directions on different things you can try. You know, I assume this was probably the first time that you were guys in the studio, right?
Yeah, I pretty much took on the role of producer, but we did have, for like a couple of the songs, we had Scott Roby come in and he helped with a few things too.
Cool. Yeah, and then all the graphics and stuff, did you come up with that, or did you have some guys come up with that for you?
We all threw out ideas, you know, and then I threw out a couple ideas, but you know, I'd come to everybody and make sure it was like everybody agreed on it.
Where did the shaky skull come from?
That's my tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a Curly design. That's the Curly special right there.
Right.
Which I kind of think of as the emblem. You know, I don't know that we, I guess, really have an emblem, but if we
looks
were to
like
have
a rockabilly type
I like to
skull.
think we got several of them.
Yeah.
Just kind of, you know, fandom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you definitely got to hang that if you want to sell your swag and sell your stuff. It's always cool to have a nice logo and stuff on different things coming out, for sure. That's really cool. So let's chat a little bit about, we have another video that we're going to play for Alley Cat, another great song that you guys had that people really seem to be digging.
Hell yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that song?
Yeah. What video do you have of that?
I have one. I have one of the live performances for you guys doing it live.
Probably the After Hours one, I would guess. Is it off of YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably I like that one a lot. I think that's a real good one.
Alley Cat was actually a song off of he had played it with another band that they were called the Alley Cats, but that was that was all.
It was I had written it back whenever I had it was after Zestra, before I moved to California. I threw together a band just to do a music video, and I called them the Alley Cats because at the time I was living in the alley. You know, I was living in a van and shit. So that song is basically about my experience living in the alley kind of thing. And I got the idea because, you know, I'm in the alley and I see a fucking cat go by and it's the fucking alley cat, you know?
Yep, just fit just right. All right, so that's cool, man. Let's take a quick pause here and we'll pump in the live footage from you guys doing Alley Cat live here from Shakey Deville on Talking About Rock. Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock, just watching the performance for Shakey Deville doing the Alley Cat. That was great. Love that stuff. So you guys have stuff that you're getting ready to do next? You have stuff in the works, or what's happening?
Well, we've actually got a whole nother pretty much album's worth of material already written, you know, but we haven't really discussed the time that we're going to go in and record it, you know, because right now it's a little costly because most of the recording artists, they stay booked up heavily. So it's just a matter of us trying to come together on the time that we're going to do that and figure all that out.
Got it. Understand.
But we have been playing a lot of the songs that we're going to use live. So
cool. And are you looking to get into doing some more videos as well for some of your tracks that are coming out?
Absolutely.
We would love to. Y'all want to add anything on that?
Yeah. Well, I was just like he said, we've got basically an album plus worth of material already that's pretty much all arranged. You know, we changed bits and pieces here and there, but I mean, I don't know how y'all feel. I think that most of the other stuff that we play live, like, is ready for the most part.
Oh, I agree.
And then
Here or there kind of
like
stuff.
the thing about the EP is like all of those songs are like, I would say early Shakey Deville, you know, and by the time the EP actually came out, we were way ahead of that already, you know.
About the video though, we tossed around a few ideas like doing an animation for Alley Cat, or you know, actually trying to find a way to do a video for Place Your Bets. So it's about gambling and casino, but it's really hard to get inside a casino and be able to do that. So
I'm also, you know, looking for another person to shoot the video, because I don't want to work with the person that shot the shots fired video.
Yeah, I have people out here I could direct you towards, but I don't know if they'd be able to make the journey for you. But I think the animated thing for Alley Cat, that really sounds like a cool idea. I like that idea. That sounds really neat. I hope you can definitely move forward on that. Excellent. So, Eddie, what are the dates coming up for you guys playing next?
I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
right offhand, the very next one is April 1st in Florida. It's for Giganticor Music Festival. It was we did a submission on Reverb Nation, and they had selected us to play. It was like a rock and roll showcase type deal. So we're looking forward to that. It should be a good time out there. I've never been to Florida, so I'm actually looking forward to that for that reason too.
And then, you know, after that one, we've got a pretty busy April actually, you know, like April 1st in Florida, and then the 14th at the Deck here in Greensboro, the 15th at Ground Zero in South Carolina with a band called Wall Street. They're pretty cool. And then the 16th at the White Rabbit in Fayetteville, April 21st at the Blonde Tiger with Them Dirty Roses. We played with them the last time they came to Greensboro, and that was fucking cool. And then April 23rd at Baxter's Tavern in Greensboro.
Cool. Sounds like you guys got a good schedule coming up for
We're
sure.
going back to Florida at the end of May as well.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, Florida seems to be really hot lately. I see a lot of festivals going on out there. You know, a lot of different shows happening. You know, they had like a rock fest going on, I think, or maybe it's even coming up. I'm not sure the dates, but they have a whole mess of different bands playing this rock fest, but all kinds of things going on in Florida. Yeah, so that's cool. You know, and have you guys thought about going out to Nashville at all and playing some of the areas out there? You know,
we just got back from Nashville. Actually, our band broke down on the way back.
Oh,
man, it was terrible.
Your man was a little too shaky for that one.
Potholes.
We're actually taking a U-Haul down to Florida, but hopefully I can find something before we have to go there again. But yeah, Nashville's pretty lit. So
It was wild.
Yeah, my co-host who couldn't join us tonight, he's in Nashville, and they just have all kinds of cool places out there to play. You know, Basement East, Bowie's. You know, just to mention a couple of them, but they got great places. You know, definitely. You know, if you guys ever make it out here, it would be great to see you play live out here as well. I'm located in Buffalo, New York. You know, we have a smaller music community, but what's that?
I said I'd love to go up there.
Right?
if you got anywhere that might book us,
dude,
man, send it our way.
Man. Send us a couple venues.
We'd love to come down there. My wife is from New York.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see. You know, they don't have anybody playing your style of music around here right now, so that would be super cool for sure. You know, but I would love to see you guys play live. I really enjoy what you're doing. You know, I look forward to more stuff coming out for you guys. You know, I wish you the best of luck and everything. You know, keep it up. It's definitely good stuff for sure. So excellent. So, and folks, if they want to know more about you, where should they check you out? Should they check out your music on Spotify, or should they check you out on Facebook, or what should they do?
Well, the EP is pretty much on all the streaming platforms, you know, Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, all that good shit. You know, you can check us out on Facebook, Revert Nation, Instagram, YouTube. We got pretty much everything. I think there's a TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh,
Twitter. You can
all
check
of-
out a lot of our stuff that's not on the EP. You probably see some of it on YouTube, but for the most part, we try to keep our content that we release out to, minimal. Try to keep it keep a layer of mystery behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep
Yeah.
coming.
That's a lot of people are doing now. They just put out a couple singles here and there and kind of test the waters out.
We don't
Yeah.
have a website at the moment, but that's something we're definitely going to get in the very near future. So for now, our Facebook has been, acting as our website. So anything you want to know, you can, if you go to our Facebook page, you'll pretty much find everything there.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah. I look forward to the rest of the stuff coming up from you guys. Good stuff for sure. And if you folks out there have comments or questions for us, please feel free to email us at talkingboutrock@gmail.com. Please like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for this and other upcoming interviews. Guys, great to talk to you. Love what you're doing, man. Wish you the best, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Oh, stay safe.
Cool, man. Stay shaky. Have a great night, man.
You too, man.